Right, this is track 12 from Jedi Mind Trick Psychosocial, Chemical, Biological, and Electromagnetic Manipulation of Human Consciousness. The very last song, I Who Have Nothing. There is a music video for this. Should I put the music video version on? And then we get to see young icon. I who have nothing. Here it is, the official video. From this album, yeah, if I was to show somebody a song from this album, this would probably be it. This song. It's got a lot of feeling. It's maybe not, it's not, I suppose it's kind of a doorway in to it because it's not half as esoteric as some of the other songs, but it still works to cap all of that off. It's kind of it could be emotional. It's very interpretable, I think, this song, but you definitely have references to all the kind of things that keep you in a kind of spiritual, vivid, esoteric, potentially mindset, or this tapestry that I've probably spoken about on every Jedi Mind Trick Psychosocial song I've spoke about. So here it is, the video. The Philly streets.
Intersections in real time, the unbroken circle and dimensions of the mind, the tie that binds, the eternal tie that defines the vanity of my insanity. In due time will shine like the night sees under the moon, the haunted corners of familiar rooms, yet I'm consumed.
The haunted corners of familiar rooms. Yeah, it's poetic.
We're vanishing into thin air, the realization that this shit is my cross to bear. So
But I'm consumed of vanishing into thin air, the realization that the shit is my cross to bear. What's this he's watching on telly? So where
that I think I could run away to see the people that decided to leave without asking me, but we decide to wait for happier tomorrows and
like I spoke about it on another song. It's the language and the way his grammar, the way he's using these words. They're not even like super complex words or anything. It draws you in. It's like it's like rap being novelized.
we decide to wait for happier tomorrows and find someone so they can be distractions from our sorrow. But my distractions.
So we decide to wait for happier tomorrows to find someone so they can be distractions from our sorrows. It's just profound and it's meaningful.
Find someone so they can be distractions from our sorrow. But my distractions, the books of paper that I sprawl in. I'm eloquent as summer breeze and leaves that have just fallen. I've crawled in a corner hoping all of this will end
with the knowledge that love is just another word for revenge. Again, it's philosophical, if not, maybe not profound, with the knowledge that love is just another word for revenge. I mean, that's not true, is it? Not to get onto semantics and stuff, but it's not true that it's another word. It's not synonymous with love and revenge, but why are you saying it? We can hear you're a coherent intellectual guy, so there's some deeper meaning to why you're saying it. What's happened, my friend? Have you been scarred? Was it was it your former chick, the Christian chick? Can't remember what song that is. Anyway.
All of this will end with the knowledge that love is just another word for revenge. I who have nothing but the comfort of my sins. I who have nothing but the comfort of my friends.
I'm glad you have friends. You're watching this over and over. Oh, look at your earrings, man. Look at your baby face. And the earrings. No matter what I ever say about Icon, aka Vinny, if I ever joke or say anything, he's probably consistently my favourite for so many reasons. Rappers, He's not who I consider the best or anything, but he's up there. I mean, he's an absolute legend. He's an amazing rapper. He got better at rapping in time, as you'll see, because I'm sure I'll cover some of his other songs. He is a better rapper, like 20 years later, in terms of his lyrical ability. He's done just such a. He's got such a cool library catalogue collection of different songs and stuff. He is amazing. I put him in. Oh, I mean, me personally, he's a personal top 10 for me. An objective, probably. If I was being objectively about rappers, I'd definitely put him in a top 50. I'd have to put him in a top 50, like for like a kind of influence in the waves that Jedi Mind Tricks have had. Not just his ability and everything, but yeah. Anyway, right. So I'm just saying that as a disclaimer if I ever make jokes about him, because yeah, there's definitely like I've touched on it, like corny lines. That's what does happen a lot. But like I used to hate the corny lines, but now I just feel it's part of him, and it's part of his charm actually as an artist. So yeah, let's go. Come on.
Demons prey above me like a vulture. Ability to endure contradiction is a high sign of culture. Verbal sculpture, self-defacing. It is not God.
I want to know who these dudes are. Was it really necessary to have it in a bag when you're on a rooftop? Wait, we need to listen to the lyrics.
Demons prey above me like a vulture. Ability to endure contradiction is a high sign of culture.
Ability to endure contradiction is a high sign of culture. Ability to endure contradiction. I don't quite understand that. Let's.
As I decay, demons prey above me like a vulture. Ability to endure contradiction is a high sign of culture.
Ability to endure contradiction is a high sign of culture. I don't really know what he's saying there, but if I'm to tap into it, to endure contradiction, I mean, personally, on a personal level, I can endure contradiction. I mean, yeah. Like hypocrisy, I live as a hypocrite. I recognise, like, I suppose it's like recognising that there's hyper nuance to situations that make decisions and X, Y, Z different in different scenarios, but it comes across as contradiction or hypocrisy in many circumstances. But there's usually some highly nuanced area, or it's emotional choices. So like you gotta have a certain standard for family that you're not gonna have for others. So ability to endure contradiction is a high sign of culture, like personal culture, being cultured, or of culture as like as a whole, because it's not a sign of culture. It's just culture. Anyway, right, okay. Analysed, boom.
Is a high sign of culture, verbal sculpture, self-defacing. It is not God or lunacy that I am facing, but the erasing of the purity and passion of my words. The herds of cattle Babylon would talk of the absurd, but I prefer.
It's just beautiful, like the herds of cattle Babylon and talk of the absurd. It's beautiful because I don't know what the hell he's talking about. That's why.
Of my words, the herds of cattle Babylon would talk of the absurd, but I prefer to walk away from all the feuds, to find my life is more confusing than a Rubik's Cube.
Look at that for a shot. It's a shame it won't go better quality. Maybe one day I'll actually sit and research these songs. I suppose you can just go on Rap Genius, can't you, and have a look at what they think it means. I suppose, but kind of takes the fun out of it. But I suppose you can go on there as a starting point and then look a little deeper into the herds of Babylon, etc.
So I'm subdued, and all my words are verbal frogs. To live alone, one must be an animal or a god, but it's official.
Always found that line profound. That one stood out to me when I was younger. To live alone, one must be an animal or a god. I remember thinking, well, not all animals live alone, but I get it. It's profound.
Words are verbal frogs. To live alone, one must be an animal or a god.
And all the gods from mythology. I don't think they all live alone. I mean, heaven has surely got people in it, you know? Come on, Icon.
But it's official, although my pain is clear as crystal. The natural side of life has now been seeming artificial. But I can hit you, and rest assured that not my last.
What's this guy doing? He's ruining the spiritualityness of it, the personal spiritualityness of it.
Natural side of life has now been seeming artificial. But I can hit you, and rest assured that not my last words. I can give a fuck about your secrets and your passwords. I can passwords and their ability to hurt you. Patience is a virtue and knowledge is a commercial.
That always sounded somewhat profound, but thinking about patience is a virtue and knowledge is a commercial. Patience is a virtue and knowledge is a commercial. I'm not quite sure what the knowledge is a commercial means, but it sounds cool.
Their ability to hurt you. Patience is a virtue and knowledge is a commercial. I who have nothing but the pain that I've referred to. I who have nothing but the pain that I've referred to.
I get past words and their ability to hurt you. That's just, again, it's that grammar, like the cool grammar, the cool use of words and the combo of words. It pulls me in because it helps create a picture.
Lost among the miracles, I stand alone and have grown into a being that's sitting on top of throne. I've known for many years that I would turn to rust. I find a reason for another breath before my return to dust. I become
Always like that. It gives enough time for a breath. One more breath.
I stand alone and have grown into a being that's sitting on top of throne. I've known for many years that I would turn to rust. I find a reason for another breath before my return to dust. I become one with science and mathematics and the rising of the sun.
Science.
I'm numb to all of those who blinded. I return to dust. I become one with science and mathematics and the rising of the sun. I'm numb to all of those who blinded cannot see the chastiser of the enemy. Perception requires duality. Inspect your soul, the color of coal inside the body. I have hardly come across them who's holy. Send them to the cherubim to control the burning of the sun and frigidness of the cold.
I mean, this guy doing this in '97, it was just dope and different. Like, it's just so good, this song. It really is good. And all his rapping. I mean, I could just imagine being a rapper ensconced in what was mainly gangster rap. I think I suppose you had like a bit of pop rap. But a lot of pop or like positive rap had probably died out of the mainstream, and I know there was everything was there in the kind of independent scene still and stuff like that, but it would have just been nice, you know. All you're hearing is gangster rap and stuff, and then you hear this track.
Cold inside the body, I have hardly come across them who's holy. Send them to the cherubim to control the burning of the sun and frigidness of the cold. The battlefield is new, but the war is now old. You can never see the merest shadow of a halo
above the head of evil genius, deadly like tornado.
The world has become an aquarium full of gaping fish with murderous smiles. I, on the other hand, stand on the outside looking in, writing down murderous files. I who have nothing but the lack of variation, and I who have nothing but chains and suffocation.
I'm sure there's probably a better quality version of this, and obviously they low budget. They were just some dudes, just some teenagers. So it is really a good video. It's cool. It's interesting seeing like Vinny early days. He's not really got his movements. I've seen like early shows of theirs where he's not quite got his movements down yet, but it's cool to kind of watch that evolution. But even from those early shows, they're still banging. They're still absolutely rocking. Jedi Mind put on one of the best shows, so Vinny puts on one of the best shows. He just does banging verse after verse, and he is live. He's hype. He's great. Helps that he's got so many banging beats behind him with The Enemy of Mankind. But yeah, like, I might even say that Vinny is my favourite person to see live. I think I've seen Jedi Mind Tricks about 4 times, or seen him about 4 times, and every time he is amazing. Oh, we definitely don't need that. So yeah, there it is. I who have nothing.